Hey, what is up guys, MixelPlx here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my method for grinding Athena outside of Hourglass. Now, I know for those who love PvP, Hourglass is definitely the best method of leveling Reapers in Athena. But for those who don't want to, well, this is one of the methods that you can use to make that so. So one of the first few things you're going to want to do, obviously, is vote up Athena Emissary at the outpost. Now you have the option, if you're on a captain or a captaincy boat, buy supplies, do whatever you want. Personally, I'm not going to opt in for that because we kind of just want to just get things going. And we go and anchor here, or go ahead and raise it. Then from here, you're going to go to your voyage table or quest table. You're going to go to voyages. You're going to go for Athena's Fortune. All right. Now you're probably thinking, Mix, you can do Legend of the Veils. Okay, so you have three choices when it comes to content to do for Athena, and I'm going to rate it from top, the best, mid to the worst, in my opinion. Hourglass is easily one of the best methods, but for people who aren't PvP savvy or feel confident enough to do that, that's perfectly fine. This is one of the methods you want to use. In my opinion, that's going to be really good. Now you can do Veils, and it is totally worth doing Veils. But the problem with Veils is the location of the tornado varies so much that you can go from northwest to southeast or southwest. And that is, to me, you end up sailing a lot. You end up wasting a lot of time sailing if the tornado doesn't spawn where you want. And that, to me, kind of kills it. Plus, some of the modules for it are not really that good. So I'm not going to be doing raids either. Yes, you could do skeleton fleets till your heart freaking just fails if you want to. Again, personally, not my vibe, because I know this is going to get nerfed at some point. But again, you can do this right now while skeletons don't repair. It's definitely a valid strat. But for what I want to do, we're going to be doing an Ashen Voyage of Legends. Now, instead of sailing to this location, we're going to dive. And we got it. Fetcher's Rest, Flintlock Peninsula, and Ruby's Fall. That's exactly the one you're wanting. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop our sails, and we'll dive over there. Now, with the recent nerf to Athena's going from 8 different steps to 3, it makes regular Athena's actually very appealing now, considering how fast you can do this. And this is even better on a bigger boat like a brig. I imagine this is going to be insane to do. But for now, we're going to be doing this as a solo sloop to show you just how efficient this can be and why I recommend it. All right, so we have Flintlock Peninsula here, which I believe is our dig site, actually. All right, so let's take a look here. Yep, all right, so this is our dig. So we're gonna probably park probably like right here. The reason why we're doing this is everything in the Roar has a amplified bonus already. Most recommended things to do for PvE is just come to the Roar. Most people don't come over here, and the value, is insane. The only thing you're gonna have to deal with is volcanoes. For the most part, this is just like, I'd almost say like a PvE zone, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and do this. I do recommend anchoring your boat because there is gonna be like shockwaves that do end up messing your boat, kind of putting it out of position. So anchoring isn't the worst thing here. There are plenty of times where I've not anchored and my boat is completely in a different location. All right, we got it. Now we should be okay. I don't think this is gonna erupt on us, so we should be fine for a little bit. Let's go ahead and harpoon this right now. All right, the other one's gonna be to our south. The other one we'll probably just pull up and go grab real quick. So the only real downside of the DR, if you're not familiar with the areas and the maps and stuff like that, the map knowledge of it will kind of suck for the first couple of rounds. But once you start to get map knowledge and start to understand you know, where you're at on the islands, it's actually really not that bad. But the seismic eruptions can be pretty annoying at times, especially if you have to wait for a little bit. Alright, we got this one as well. Now, these items are completely optional if you want to get them. Depending on the location of where your boat's parked, whatever. Again, I'd say this item isn't really the greatest to pick up. Like, it's not a high priority. Because most of your leveling from Athena will be, quite honestly, it'll be through the Ashen Athena. But getting to grade 5 is going to be a priority. So, again, optional. But if you can't get the item, you can't get the item. It is what it is. I wouldn't stress out about it too much. But there is going to be one item in particular that I do recommend you getting, and that will be the treasure chest that has all the goodies in it. So we got both of our items. Let's go ahead and harpoon these real quick. Our Flintlock Peninsula is done. We're going to go to Fetchers real quick. Alright, so Fetchers is going to have skeletons, so known for protecting at the northwest shrine of the sea. We should be able to find, we should be okay on volcanoes as well, as everything erupting is down south, it looks like, so we should have plenty of time. There's a little tip: if you are low on fire bombs, you want to keep something on fire, you hug the AI while blocking. Take the hits if you can, essentially. We're gonna go ahead and heal real quick. And just like that, easy. These are whatever items. This is not really what we're doing this for. I know so far it's like, oh, well, this doesn't look that good at all. This is all working towards one particular goal and what makes this really, really good. So scarecrows are going to be typically, it might even be this one. So we can try 9 paces west. It may not be this one, but I am just going to check. Oh, it was this one. Perfect. So scarecrows are either going to be this right here. Then if it's the tri-headed ones, it'll say like the 3-headed, you know, scarecrow or totem, for example. Ooh. Oh, the timing. Holy crap, that was close. All right, let's go ahead and harpoon this. All right, and the final island, if this worked correctly. Now remember, to do this correctly, you have to get Fetchers, Flintlock, and Ruby's Fall. If you don't get those 3 particular maps, you have to keep re-rolling, otherwise it won't work. All right, so let's see what we have. We should have Devil's Thirst as our final island, and boom. Our Athena is going to be literally almost right where we marked, but we'll head south-southwest, and we'll pull this. Now for the treasure chest, what we got from this is you get Jar of Athena's Incense, another chalice, and a gilded relic. I like these treasure chests though, they look really cool. Now during, like I mentioned earlier while we were at the shipwreck, at this point you can also hit any shipwrecks, any message in the bottles. I cannot recommend those enough. Now you may not get Athena items, but you will be getting yourself some very juicy items, like kings that are completely good for both currency and rep. So we're gonna go ahead and head down southwest, and then I'll show you how this works. And should be right here. And just like that, Ashen Athena done. One of the most epic looking pieces of loot in the game, in my opinion. All right, and that right there, this is basically all the items you get from one Athena voyage. Now I know it's not a lot, but again, these are chonky in terms of what they give you. Now, the big trick here is instead of sailing around and going and selling this right away, we're gonna sit here and you go back voyages. We're gonna go back to Athena. We're gonna go to Voyage of Legends, Ashen Voyage, and now we're going to sail to the location. Now, if this worked correctly, we should have 2 islands instead of 3. See, we have Ashen Reaches, Devil's Thirst, and it should be Ashen Reaches as well. And just like that, that is the trick. That is the method of forcing this in 2 different locations. So to kind of come back to what I was talking about, you want to get Fetchers, Flintlock, Ruby's Fall. These should be your first starting quest, and once you get that, it should take you down to Devil's Thirst. If it does, that's how you know it's going to work. Then the moment you get your Athena on the boat, you want to go ahead and immediately vote it back up, and you should get these 2 islands, and you're pretty much good from that point. So we're gonna do this for a little bit. I'm gonna do this for a couple of hours, and when I come back, I'm gonna show you just how much we acquire in like maybe an hour of 2 of farming, and just see how efficient this can actually be. At the outpost, now this in total took around 2 hours to do this. We had a little bit of a detour because I was trying to get a screenshot, and turns out I was just getting firebombed repeatedly by the volcano. But this was essentially for every hour we were able to get 2 of these done, which is pretty nuts. But we're gonna go ahead and stack all the Athena stuff in these chests. He's all up here, but all in all, I mean, not a bad haul. Again, we could have probably been a little bit more efficient. So this method is really good with a brig. Now you're probably thinking, well, how is that? So basically what you want to do here is, if you were doing this on a brig, and once you got this bouncing between Ashen Reaches and Devil's Thirst, is you have one person sitting at Ashen, another person at Devil, give them maybe like a storage, you know, container each, or just have them have, you know, good food essentially, and treat it like a Thieves Haven voyage like you used to back in the day. Is you'd keep somebody at those islands while the person on the boat would go in between, and they would ferry back and forth if they needed to, in case one person was having trouble with the quest or whatever essentially. But if you really wanted to min-max it, it seems like brig would be the method. My recommendation for the emissary quest is probably don't do it. Even though they are technically in the roar now, thanks to Rare finally fixing that, I honestly wouldn't recommend doing them. Maybe once you're done, maybe go grab one, because again, it's going to be just completely randomized in the roar. So if you want to get one last Athena for the end of the session, I'd say go grab the emissary. Otherwise, the time it would take you to complete it, you could probably get 1 or 2 more doing that method. We're going to talk about something, and this is something I think a lot of people don't talk about, is PvP is a resource. Time is a thing. If you are spent 30 minutes to an hour fighting one particular crew that just won't let up, you're wasting time essentially. And if you don't have a lot of time to play, that's basically goal for the day is completely gone. So this is why I like the roar. The roar definitely got buffed with season 11. It seems like the fact that you can do emissary quests out here now is a huge thing, considering Ashen items are always going to have a little bit bonus multiplier on them, just because they're Ashen variants. All right, we harpooned everything. Let's go ahead and sell. Getting about 30k per Athena. That is pretty good. Holy. Good chunk of rep right there. We can get all the big items first. That way we can quickly scoop up little items. All right, well, let's go ahead and check. And from that, we've got just around 6 levels. Now that's 2 hours of time on normal value. There is no golden glory, so not bad. That's pretty good considering. Now again, if you like hourglass, that's obviously the best method of leveling, but for considering this had no PvP interactions, took less than 2 hours for 6 levels. Again, if you were to do this with the crew efficiently, yeah, you're gonna burn through those levels very quickly. And again, it's just another method for those that are looking to maybe not always just do hourglass, because again, not that I'm harping on hourglass too much, it does have its issues at the moment, and sometimes it's nice just to sit back and do a nice little grind. So in terms of gold for 2 hours, Let's go see how much we got here. Oh, we still have a few items actually. Thought we got everything. And in terms of currency, just from doing that, we made a grand total of 240K. That's really good. Holy crap, that's actually insane. Considering we only had 2 non-items that were not Athena related, so there you guys have it. That is the bit of the Athena guide I wanted to share with y'all. This is apparently going to be going away, hence I wanted to put this video out. So let me know down in the comment section below if you enjoyed this guide, this little tip video. I did want to get this out there because I know it does have a limited shelf life, and it is quite an efficient way of leveling, especially in the war, because I mean, I never see people in the Devil's Roar ever, and if you're looking just to vibe out for a few hours and get some levels on the board, it's not the worst method. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.